Hey fellow photographer, how's it going? I'm Michael Zelbel and I'm here with our wonderful model Dominica, and I would like to show you how I am posing Dominica in the 8 poses that we have for the Good Light method to flash photography on level 1. The 8 poses that we do in our little studio corner to check at the beginning of a photo shoot what is the chocolate side of the model, which poses are suitable for her. And that's the reasoning behind the choice of these 8 poses that I would like you to use every time you start a photo shoot. So I would like to walk her through the poses and show you how I am doing that, just so that you see it one time. It's no big nugget of knowledge in there. It's just me showing it to you. And yeah, boring Dominica because she's over there. I'm talking and but she's fine. That's good. So the first pose, it's called Yeti. It got the name Yeti. Over there in this pose, I want to see her face, the right side of her face over her right shoulder. This is the first thing I'm going to test out. So I will show it to her. So this is the first pose that we do. Want you to have the hands over here, but not so together, but a little bit apart from each other so that I see both hands. And I need your shoulder here and I need your face a little bit like this. Perfect. And now I have to watch out for shadows because this is a pose where I cannot really light her whole face with the umbrella, but there's enough light reflecting over here, hopefully, so that the face is not too much in shadow. If there's too much shadow, I would pose her more towards the back. But for me, this is looking good. I'll bring the umbrella a little bit out over here. And let's see where we end up. Yes, I need to. Yes, this is beautiful. And probably if you make this hand a little bit more flat, because you're cupping something, but there's nothing to cup, so it doesn't make sense. So the hands are, for me, they are very important. They tell a story. She's making contact to the wall, so it's sensual in a way, but it should make sense. This is beautiful. I will show that into the camera. So that would be the pose number 1, Yeti. I can play around with the pose if you can still do it. And one time just look to the wall, then it's looking like she's desperately looking to the wall. I don't think it's ideal for her because you're not desperate, right? No, but she can look down over her shoulder on herself. You can do it one more time. Yeah, look down. And this pose is for her complete upper body, but of course I can also incorporate her lower body. Let's just do it for one time. But then we are really done with the first pose. Beautiful. So that was the right side of her face over her right shoulder. Thank you. So the next pose that I want to have in the sequence, this is the left side of her face with her body opened up. It's called anchor. I get the other side of her face and I get it with an opened up body. So it's a totally different thing with just one little move. So you turn around, you connect with that shoulder to the wall. Perfect. I will light directly into her face, but a little bit of an angle towards the shoulder so that still her curves come out. And the nose goes to the light, so that's no shadows in the face. And now I've got the left side of her face. Huh? This is the thinking behind it. The chin a little bit down. Beautiful. Now your eyes go to the lens. Yes. Strong contact with the lens. Yes. Make strong contact. Good. Now you bring your hips. You have them a little bit in front. You bring them back so that your upper body is coming a little bit to me. That makes the photo a little bit more intense, actually. Yes, that's beautiful. I'll also show that into the camera, what we have going on over here. Yeah, so this is now the other side of her face with the opened up body. Perfect. We could play around with this pose, but then it's taking a lot of time. So let's go to the next pose, which is the pose is called boat. It's where she has got her arms folded over her head. Yeah, so it's the right side of her face again, but now the arms go up over her head, different pose. And now she's wearing this white dress, but this pose is also made, I want to see what happens to her bust, to her boobs, when she's raising the arms. That is the thinking behind that pose. Whether or not that makes sense in a particular dress, different story, but in general, we want to know what's going on then. So, Dominika, I want you to take this pose with your arms over your head, and I have to go around and shoot it from over there because I need to shoot it straight on. Alrighty, I would like the hands to rest on your head so that it's looking nice and relaxed. Good. Can you one time, before we start, pull down the dress so that it's, yeah, this is beautiful. So let me go inside there. I will bring down the light, bring around the light as much as possible. Yes, this is beautiful. Can you one time make the arms even a bit wider? So I would like to, yeah, exactly, something like that. I would like to have wide arms over there because this is the interesting part of the shape of this pose. What I don't see with this dress over here right now, because it's not a nude shooting, is what happens to her chest, what happens to her boobs. But that is okay. Can you one time just pull it down with one hand and the other hand you leave over your head? Pull it really down. Yeah. And come probably a little bit in front. Yeah. Exactly. So now it's all getting shape. It's not the original pose anymore, but I mean, there's nothing wrong. Let it rest on the head. Yeah. Nothing wrong with playing around, varying a bit depending on what the model is wearing. Can you now turn the nose towards the light and just the eyes to the camera? Good, 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 good. And now look down. Yes. Why don't you tease with one finger in this? Yeah, exactly. Just gently. Yes. This is now a really sensual pose. Wonderful. We got that one. I will show it into the camera quickly. So yeah, there we go. So this is the pose lifting the arms, which tells me another thing about the model. You see, with every pose, I kind of look at another angle, look at another kind of posing, and there I see what is suitable for her and what not. Now I will change from that wall to this wall so that I just get another angle in our little photo corner, which also might make a difference. Alrighty, now I would love you to go into the pose sun. Okay. Sun is like this. One hand is attached to the wall, just like we did, but the other hand is now going over your head. And now I've got her face really square to the camera and the body from the left side. Alrighty, I'll bring in the light a little bit. So beautiful. This is good. Let me show it into the camera. So this is the pose where I really have a little bit of shadow going on in her body, but no shadow, or like no shadow in her face. And it's really suitable for her. I mean, I already see it on the first shot. We could now vary this pose a bit. We could bring in some more angles in your body, like going a little, yeah, exactly. Going a little bit into body tension and intensifying it. Again, we do the trick with the hips back to the wall and the upper body to me to make it intense. This is good. And now we turn the nose a little bit more towards the umbrella and towards me. Wow, spectacular. Chin a little bit more down. Wonderful. Now works the shoulder a little bit more and chin down. Yes. Very intense, thank you. So this is the same pose, just intensified a little bit by bringing her body into different angles, letting her make stronger contact with the lens. And that's already it. This is all I need to know from her in this pose. So the next pose, I want to keep her face square to the camera, but I want the body from the other side. I want the right side of her body in front. Square face, right side of her body. Yeah, exactly. This is pretty much it. But you would lean, in this pose, you would lean on the wall and come with your chin over your right shoulder. Good. This is pose number 5 in the Good Light method of flash photography. And I usually shoot it in portrait orientation and pretty much along the wall. Yeah, you can stand right at the wall, straight, this is fine. Yes. Now come with your chin really over the shoulder. Yes, 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 that's intense. You lean on the wall. Beautiful. And now I see what happens when she's bringing her chin right over her shoulder, and I can go down a little bit to make her chin and the shoulder more connected. I'm just using another camera angle for that to intensify it. And what I could also do is we do the same cheat like before. You bring your hips a bit to over there, yeah, and your shoulder a little bit to me. Yes, a little bit of a cheat, and it makes it so much more intense. I'll show you this one. Okay, really intense, even though it's a very simple shot. She's just leaning against the wall, and I see what her chin does together with her shoulder. That's the first photo where I see that, even though it's in a relatively mild way. It's not, I'm not over bending, stretching her back where it's getting really unnatural. This is still natural. I'm leaning against the wall, looking to the side. So that's it. The next one, the next pose, number 6, I want to have her face square to the camera and her body square to the camera as well, both of it. It's called Volcano. It's basically usually a topless pose, and Volcano is happening on the other side of our shooting corner. It's a kind of a boobs squish pose. It might work in this dress, but it may or may not work. Let's see. All right, so I'll show it to you. It's like this, so you squish in your boobs, and with one hand you go to your neck. You do it on this wall. Yeah, you show me. Yeah, you show me your front. You're just leaning back on the wall, like that, exactly. I will bring the light a little bit to the side so that her chest and everything got some shadows, so that I render what's going on there. Okay, this is good. The original pose has got the other arm at her neck, but for this scenario where the light is coming from here, I think it's perfect that she's using her right arm on the neck, because then the shadow is thrown out of the frame. All right, let's do this, and let's see how this goes. What I have to watch out over here is 2 things. Point A, does the hand look natural? For me right now it's on the neck, but would I usually do that? Probably I would bring it more to the back, yes. Now squish your boobs again together, so it's squishy. Yes, and probably come in front with your chin a little bit. Yeah, this is intense. Now lower your chin a little bit. Good. Now we're leaving the square face position by turning her nose a little bit to the light. Now it's correct lighting. This is good, even more. Yes, I'm loving that. One time with closed lips, chin a little bit down, looking very beautiful. Okay, thank you. I'll show this one as well. I see we made a variation where she's not looking straight to the camera, but then into the light, which is beautiful. And I can see what happens when she's squishing her boobs, if that is good for her and the dress or not. In this case, I think it's beautiful. It's totally beautiful. I'll let you know.
Cool.
Like this, do you like yourself?
Yeah, it's pretty.
Pretty, huh? Pretty. Pretty is no expression for you. I mean, you're gorgeous. Not pretty. So now we've got all the angles in a kind of standard way. Now we can go a little bit crazy. So the next pose, pose number 7, there I want to work her shoulder extremely. So I let her make a round back where she's going with her chin over her shoulder, and I will overdo it. Overdoing might work, might not work. We shall see. This is what we want to find out with those poses. So now I want you to pose over here, and I want you to work your shoulder like this. I really want to see your shoulder underneath your chin. Do you like cats?
I love cats.
You love cats. See, cats always making a round back, and this is what we want to do over here. Wonderful. So what I see when I'm shooting this is that this kind of dress, if I just have the shoulder of the dress, is looking a little bit, incomplete. It's making the shoulder too big. It could even be a dress that we have in the hospital when going to surgery. We wouldn't know. So does this dress, can it fall down? Can you open up one shoulder? Good. Perfect. Let's do it like this. Then I only have her shoulder. Yes, this is beautiful. So she can do this shoulder thing, definitely. It's working for her. I would even do that. Can it go completely shoulder free, that I don't have it on either side? Okay, this is good. So chin a little bit down so that I've got a nice chin-shoulder connection. I can intensify that by going down a little bit. So beautiful. Good. Now nose a little bit to the light, eyes to me. Fantastic. I will show this one into the camera. First I show it to you. Do you like yourself?
Yeah.
She likes herself, so we'll show it into the camera. So here I check what is happening when her chin and her shoulder are connected. I could now go crazy. I could say make a really round back. And sometimes this is working, sometimes not. I think for her shape, for example, this is working perfectly. It's crazy good, but it's not ideal with this dress, I would say. With the dress, no. So probably there I learned this thing, this craziness shouldn't go on in this shoot. All right, last pose I want to check is a sitting pose. Now we change it up. She was standing all the time. This is good, but in our little shooting corner, if we have a white floor or a white blanket or something on the ground, we can easily sit the model there. If not, we can shoot from an angle so that you don't see the floor. Both is fine, but I want to change it up from standing to sitting, which is my last variation in the poses. So Dominika, I would like you to sit down pretty much like this. I will show it into the camera as well. This is the last pose. For that I have to lower the light, because now she's so much lower. So good. And I have to go down on the floor as well. Let's see where I'm ending up. This is good. Yes, this is already perfect. I'll go more towards an angle, and I'll shoot now her whole body, including the foot. Just because I can. I've got a white floor over here. Can you pull down the dress in the middle of your boobs a bit so that it's, exactly. Now it's got a nice shape. Wonderful. You bring your chin a bit down. Perfect. I will show this one into the camera as well. Just have to make it There we go. This is perfect. Thank you. So this is now the sitting photo. And if I wouldn't have a white floor, I would just shoot from another angle. Maybe we do that one as well. We show it because not everybody got a white floor or white blanket to put there. I can just photograph so that I don't see the floor, but I still see what's happening when she is sitting. Like, for example, from over here. Beautiful. Now I'm too close to her, so her legs are getting too big compared to her face. So what I do is I go back, I choose a longer focal length, and I'm asking her to come in front with your body a little bit, so that the proportions between her upper body and the legs are a little bit more even. Especially when I'm cutting into the photo like this and cutting out the floor. Beautiful. Turn the nose a little bit to the light and the eyes to the lens. Yeah. Perfect. Come a little even more in front. Yes. Wonderful. Thank you. I'll show this one as well, just in case you don't have a white floor. You could still check how is it when the model is sitting. Alrighty, that's already the 8 poses that we have in the Good Light method to flash photography on level 1. I took a lot of time now, but you can go through that real quick. It doesn't matter. Just you need to see all the angles of your model and then see, this is the chocolate side. This is what I want to explore more. That and that doesn't work with the dress like we had it, or with the model, or with the light. And don't forget about your model. Now let her get up again from sitting on the hardcore. Thank you so much for helping us. I think this is a really good showcase for a lot of our photographers. Even though, like I said, no big nuggets over here, just seeing how I'm posing her. And I hope you do the same with your models. I wish you a lot of fun with that. And like always, I wish you good light.